You probably clicked this video because you have considered studying pharmacy in the UK, or perhaps transferring your pharmacy degree / career from another part of the world into the UK, and you would like to know if it is worth it. Is it worth putting in all those hours or years? Is it worth spending all that money? Is it worth putting in all the efforts that it requires to become a pharmacist in the UK? And I'm here to give you a little bit of insight. I may not fully answer your question, but stick with me and just hear what I have to say. I believe that to do this video proper justice, I actually have to split it into two parts. So one is it worth just being a pharmacist at all? Is it worth being a pharmacist? Is it worth studying pharmacy? Is it worth qualifying as a pharmacist in the UK? And two, is it worth relocating to the UK? Is what exactly is here? What exactly can I gain from this? Is it worth it? Is it for me? Should I do it? Let's go into part one. Is it worth being a pharmacist at all? Well, I think there's a lot of things that you would need to take into consideration. In as much as there are so many pros and cons to being a pharmacist, it will just have to be tailored to you as a person. I have friends who are pharmacists, and we all share different ideas on what we feel like it is being a pharmacist, and you just have to speak to yourself and understand what's important to you. As a pharmacist, one thing that's really important is that you have to actually be passionate about either healthcare or pharmaceuticals. Healthcare, in that if you go into the clinical aspect of things, you actually have to be passionate about helping people, about being clinically hands-on. And pharmaceuticals, if you decide you don't want healthcare, then you can go into like pharmaceutics or formulation, or go into the pharmaceutical industry, or even go into cosmetic industry. So it's got to be one of those things. So you have to answer that question. Are you passionate about healthcare, or are you passionate about pharmaceutics? So formulation, marketing, drug selling, just different things. And by drugs, I mean like medicines, okay? I don't mean drugs. So that's one. The second thing is that you need to consider what sort of salary range you are looking for in like your life. Any career that you want to go into, you need to understand the financial gains of it, and if it sits well with where you want to see yourself at in the next few years or throughout the course of your life. So are you okay earning not too much? Are you okay earning average? Are you okay earning just enough to survive? In some cases, you could go on to earning a whole lot of money. Like, are you okay in that range? Because I feel like as a pharmacist, if you stick to traditional pharmacy role, you would most likely fall into comfortable to upper middle class. So it's that range. Are you comfortable there? If you feel like you're not comfortable there and you still want to go into the pharmaceutical industry, you can decide to have multiple streams of income. So that's one way to push it. Or you can always, start on pharmacy and then just move up to somewhere else that earns you a whole lot more money. But as a pharmacist, you are most likely going to fall into the bracket of comfortable to upper middle class. The third thing is that you need to ensure that you are one that is happy to work in a multidisciplinary team. So in most cases in pharmacy, be it pharmacy, community pharmacy, hospital, GP surgery, industry, you need to be happy to work in a multidisciplinary team. Now, the only time that changes if you then decide to go on and own your own business, then you can become the boss of yourself. So that's one way that you can spin it if you really feel like you don't want to be in a multidisciplinary team. But other than that, for the most part, in your traditional pharmacy roles, you're going to be working in a team, baby, and you have to be happy with it. I feel like for you to understand whether you actually really want to do the job, you might want to go and do some internships or work placements just to understand how it feels being a pharmacist. So don't just dive head in, just go into a pharmacy and just say you would like some work placement, or go to a hospital and ask for work placement, and just determine if what you see and what you witness is something that you would like to be. I'm very happy being a pharmacist. I love the role, and I love the professionalism. I love the needs of the job. A lot of time is not glamorous, and a lot of the time it can be very frustrating, but I actually do love it. Not saying that this is where I'm going to be forever, because I do feel like I could be doing a whole lot more, but I actually am pretty satisfied to a good extent as a pharmacist. Right, so let's go into part 2 of the video. Is it worth relocating to the UK? Is it worth coming to the UK, wherever you are in the world, and you're thinking, I want to change my country, or I want to move, I want to take my career and go somewhere else. Is it worth going to the UK? Right, now this depends on what's important to you. First of all, what are you after? Sit down and ask yourself that question. Why exactly do you want to leave where you are and come to the UK? Now, these few things that I'm going to mention are things that I feel like you can definitely get in the UK. So in the UK, you are definitely assured of a job. Like, pharmacists are in demand. Pharmacists are in demand at the moment, and I feel like through time, like no matter how much time passes, there will always still be a need for pharmacists. So you're definitely rest assured you will have a job. Second thing is that there are definitely opportunities for career growth in the UK. I'm saying that for a fact. Not in all sectors, but definitely in a good amount of sectors of pharmacy practice, there are opportunities for career growth, and you have a wide range of things that you can delve into. You can go into academia, you can go into industry, you can go into hospital, you can climb up the ladder, you can move from one to another, you can go into manufacturing. There is a whole array of things you can do. So in that respect, if that's what you are seeking, if you're looking for career growth, there's definitely room for it here. Third thing is, I feel like if you're relocating for certain reasons that I know that a few of my Nigerian viewers will be relocating for, you would come to a country where there are amenities. So you have like social amenities, you have things that you would just on a day-to-day basis just be, that will make you live a comfortable life. You will be all right. Like, you might not be the richest person, but you are pretty settled, you are happy, and you are okay. Now the next thing is job satisfaction. This one I feel like is controversial, and on the job satisfaction scale, if I say on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not satisfied and 10 being extremely satisfied, I would say I fall into a number 6 or 7, and a lot of people might be on the lower end of the scale. And I feel like a lot of it is you deciding what matters more to you, and you deciding to put your own spin on it, and deciding to make the most out of it if you are able. And if you feel like you're really not satisfied regardless of what you do and you are happy to move on, there's so many other things that you can do. The next thing is, I know this one is definitely a downer for a lot of my pharmacist colleagues, public disregard for pharmacists. And this is not just public, I feel like a lot of other healthcare professionals as well do not really rate pharmacists like that. And I think it's quite sad, because I feel like when we all work together, we make for a brilliant multidisciplinary team, and pharmacists are a crucial part of this team. If you can only like just understand their role and understand exactly what the pharmacists can bring to the table. I feel like for years and years and years and years, pharmacists have been trying to just assert their position in the healthcare industry, and it just feels like it's futile. In some cases we're winning, in some cases it just feels really futile. On one hand, I just feel like people just disregard pharmacists, but I feel like over time things might change, and I feel like if you are passionate about things like that, you could be the voice, you could be one of the voices that brings pharmacists to the limelight. So yes, there's so many reasons why you could consider coming to the UK to become a pharmacist, but if you just want to live a good life, you just want to live a decent, stable life, I feel like the UK is good. One last thing I should mention is that in the UK there's free healthcare. I know this comes with a whole lot of things, but yeah, there is free healthcare. But this is basically you agreeing to pay a lot of taxes. So In terms of money, I feel like in certain other countries you might be earning a whole lot more as a pharmacist. This actually made me consider relocating, but I had to ask myself what's actually really important to me. Is money that much of a big deal? Can I not make a good amount of money here that I will be happy with, or even more? So in the UK, I feel like if you're comparing like money and how much you have physically in your account as a pharmacist compared to living in the US, for example, or Canada, you probably would not be earning as much. But what I feel like the UK offers is just a steady living experience. So just life is just steady for the most part. If you have any objections, or if you have any comments, or if you have anything to say to anything that I've said here today, feel free to just leave a comment in the comment section below. I'm happy to just have a chat about what I said, and if you have anything to just, you know, school me on, happily please put it down in the comment section. I'm more than happy to receive your comments, and I will hopefully be chatting with you guys in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and have a lovely day.